The truth is in there. CIA declassifies 2,000 documents on UFOs dating back to 1970s that reveal a mysterious object was analyzed by agency's chief scientist in 1976. A dossier with more than 700 files about unidentified aerial phenomena (UAPs) was published on the Black Vault website on Thursday. Black Vault founder John Greenewald Jr. spent 2 decades suing the CIA to release the records and then scanning the pages one by ONIA. DailyMail.com review of about 1/10 of the files in the Black Vault database revealed a few perplexing examples of UAP sightings. One of the reports describes how seemingly urgent UFO information was hand-delivered to the CIA's Deputy Director for Science and Technology in 1976. In another report, CIA officials discuss the possibility that UFOs were behind a mysterious blast in the small Russian town of Sassevo in 1991. A treasure trove of newly unsealed CIA records has revealed chilling accounts of hundreds of UFO sightings across the globe dating back to the 1950s, along with international intelligence agencies' efforts to understand them. Advertisement: The 4X dossier, with nearly 3,000 pages of documents about unidentified aerial phenomena (UAPs), the government's official term for what are commonly called UFOs, was published on the Black Vault website last week. Thousands of paranormal enthusiasts have already started pouring through the collection of more than 700 individual documents, according to Black Vault's founder John Greenewald Jr., who has spent the past 2 decades suing the CIA to release the records and then scanning the pages into his database one by one. The CIA purports that the files account for its entire collection of declassified UAP intel, but Greenewald cautions that there's no way to verify that claim and has vowed to continue searching for further records. The dossier was released ahead of a June deadline for U.S. intelligence agencies to reveal everything they know about UFOs to Congress under a clause slipped into the $2.3 trillion coronavirus relief bill signed into law by President Donald Trump in December. An ongoing DailyMail.com review of the files has uncovered a bevy of perplexing, yet unverified, accounts of mysterious disks tracking across the sky, spewing beams of light across small towns, causing explosions, and even a few claims of military officers confronting aliens that come out of outlandish vehicles. Other documents show correspondence between CIA officers about the UFO sightings. Sometimes the officers brush off observers' stories as purely superstitious, even when another explanation isn't clear. But in several instances the officers show genuine concern that perhaps something XXXXX is at play. Russian airliner crew describes coming within 50 kilometers of a yellow disk shooting beams of light in Belarus in 1985. Many of the documents included in the Black Vault archive describe UFO sightings in the former Soviet Union, but this one is particularly detailed. An article from Moscow's Trud newspaper dated January 30, 1985, describes how an airline crew en route from Rostov, Russia, to Tallinn, Estonia, came upon what they perceived to be a UFO about 120 kilometers from Minsk, Belarus, at about 4 a.m. The article dramatically recounts the incident from the perspective of the crew. Glancing over his portion of the sky, the co-pilot noticed a large star that was not flickering on his upper right. But this is no star, this yellow speck the size of a 5-kopeck coin, stretched out along the edges. Advertisement: No matter, he told himself calmly, refraction of light in the atmosphere or something else. A very thin beam of light emerged from the speck and fell vertically down to the ground itself. The pilot nudged his 3 comrades in the cockpit and they watched as the beam of light suddenly opened up, turning into a luminous cone. A second cone emerged, wider, then a third one, broad and quite bright. The pilot recommended that they report the sight to the ground, but the commander stopped him, unsure of how they would even describe it. The men estimated that the object was only about 40 to 50 kilometers away. The co-pilot pulled out a paper to draw it before the beam of the projector rose from the ground and focused on the aircraft. The commander was still hesitating. Should he report what is taking place or not? But something that put an end to his doubts happened here. The white spot flashed up, and a green cloud emerged in its place. The commander recalled seeing the object rush toward his plane, before it suddenly disappeared. Well, now they will say we weren't in our right minds. The article goes on to describe the crew's conversations with dubious ground controllers. It concludes with a statement from N.A. Zaltukan, deputy chairman of the Commission on Aerodynamic Phenomena, who said, "The Commission is conducting a systematic study of UFO sightings over the territory of the Soviet Union. However, we have to note that regrettably, all the accounts which we have at our disposal suffer from being one-sided or fragmentary to one degree or another." Swedish pilot and flight mechanics spot a completely unorthodox, metallic object flying at the speed of sound outside Stockholm in 1953. A CIA report from April 1954 includes 3 newspaper articles about a purported UFO sighting 5 months earlier in Sweden. Captain Christiansen and flight mechanic Ole Johansson were flying a Trasnair Airlines plane between Malmö and Stockholm on December 17, 1953, when the object appeared in the sky in front of them. "I do not doubt for an instant that it was not a jet plane," Christiansen told the Dagens Nyheter newspaper. "What I saw was a completely unorthodox, metallic, symmetric, round object which was unlike anything I have seen before." Advertisement. "The silhouette was thin and it approached me at a very high velocity. Ole Johansson and I have discussed the matter of its speed, and we have estimated the speed to be about that of sound. The whole business took place fantastically quickly, but I believe that I was able to see the object for 4 to 5 seconds. Johansson said, "What I saw was an ellipse with sharp outlines and something between silver and white in color. It was approaching from the north in a direction opposite to ours, at a speed of about 1,200 km per hour. It was flying entirely above the clouds. Since we had the automatic pilot on, we had no chance to turn quickly enough to see where the object went." More than 700 declassified CIA reports about UFOs dating back to the 1970s were published on the Black Vault website on Thursday. File photo: urgent UFO information as hand-delivered to the CIA's top scientist for review in 1976. Asked about which documents had piqued his interest, Greenwald highlighted a report about seemingly urgent UFO information being hand-delivered to an assistant deputy director for science and technology at the CIA in April 1976. Most details about the information were redacted in the document, but Greenwald said he is determined to uncover more through further FOIA requests. The name of the deputy director was also redacted, but records indicate that Carl Duckett served in that position at the time. The document states, "We contacted a DDS&T doctor redacted to see if he knew of any UFO program and also to answer the questions posed by redacted. Dr. redacted exhibited interest in redacted, which was hand-carried to his office. After a short examination of its contents, Dr. redacted advised us that he would personally look into the matter and get back to USA. Second document from June of 1976 appears to request an update on the review, but there is no record of the ordeal after that. The heavily redacted report above describes seemingly urgent UFO information being hand-delivered to an assistant deputy director for science and technology in April 1976. CIA officials discuss the possibility that UFOs were behind a mysterious blast in the small Russian town of Sassevo in 1991. In another report, CIA officials discuss the possibility that UFOs were behind a mysterious blast in the small Russian town of Sassevo, about 400 kilometers southwest of Moscow. In 1991, advertisement residents reported seeing a fiery sphere descend from the sky before a shockwave tore through the town, leveling an entire block. The report said investigators had failed to come to a conclusion about the cause of the explosion, leaving open the possibility of UFOs. It states, "Some people are talking about munitions left buried since the last war, while others claim that a powerful bomb fell. A third group blame it on a meteorite, and a fourth group blame UFOs. There are people who supposedly saw a moving fiery sphere." Among the more than 700 files in the Black Vault database is this report, where CIA officials discuss the possibility that UFOs were behind a mysterious blast in a small Russian town. UFO enthusiast hounds the CIA for information about a sighting at Ohio Air Force Base. Several of the files appear to reference the same incident, in which a possible UFO was sighted at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio in 1978. The reports refer to someone named Dr. Leon Davidson who made multiple requests for information about the matter and did not appear to be getting any response. He is believed to be the same Dr. Leon Davidson who studied UFOs for decades beginning in 1949, according to Columbia University, which was gifted a collection of the engineer's research on the subject after his death in 2007. One report states, redacted, received a letter from Davidson, redacted, in which Davidson asked if the redacted tape had been analyzed at Wright Field. Redacted replied that the tape was forwarded to proper authorities for evaluation and no information was available concerning results. Redacted then received a second letter dated the 19th of March from Davidson in which he said since Redacted was not in a position to make inquiries he would like the address of proper parties to make them to. Redacted replied that he understood the proper address for forwarding information on flying saucers as Air Technical Intelligence Center, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Subsequently, Redacted learned that Davidson made inquiries there. Apparently they stalled him. In May of that year another report asks, what progress has been made? This correspondence is more than a month old. I am afraid the longer we procrastinate the more fuel we add to the fire. Also, the people at Wright Field are holding their breaths awaiting advice. Advertisement. A third report, for which the date is illegible, says, Davidson is on our backs again. He wants a verbatim translation of the space message and the identification of the transmitter from which it came. In a fourth report, which indicates that the case is closed, the author states that Davidson was writing an article about the incident entitled, The Air Force and the Saucers, Part 3. The Central Intelligence Agency becomes involved with saucers. It indicates that the CIA did provide Davidson with some information, but does not disclose what that information was. In the final report on the matter, the author indicates that the CIA will no longer be responding to Davidson's correspondence. Wright-Patterson AFB has long been linked to conspiracy theories about alien life, after serving as the headquarters of an Air Force program dubbed Project Blue Book, which studied UFOs from 1947 to 1969. Over the course of those 2 decades the project garnered more than 12,600 reports of UFO sightings, 701 of which were never identified. According to the Dayton Daily News, several of the files appeared to reference the same incident, in which a possible UFO was sighted at the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio in 1978. The reports refer to someone named Dr. Leon Davidson who made multiple requests for information about the matter and did not appear to be getting any response. In May of that year another report asks, what progress has been made? A third report, for which the date is illegible, says, Davidson is on our backs again. He wants a verbatim translation of the space message and the identification of the transmitter from which it came. In a fourth report, which indicates that the case is closed, the author states that Davidson was writing an article about the incident entitled, The Air Force and the Saucers, Part 3. The Central Intelligence Agency becomes involved with saucers. In the final report on the matter, the author indicates that the CIA will no longer be responding to Davidson's correspondence. UFO sighted in Morocco in 1976. One of the most heavily redacted documents reviewed by DailyMail.com is dated September 23, 1976, and features the words, to immediate director, with personal request to investigate UFO sighted in Morocco. The full-page report is covered in 25 black lines that appeared to have been made directly with a pen. The report was first approved for release in February of 2010. A footnote indicates, one of the most heavily redacted documents reviewed by DailyMail.com is dated September 23, 1976, and features the words, to immediate director, with personal request to investigate UFO sighted in Morocco. Many of the files are similarly redacted to remove nearly every little detail beyond the word UFO. Some in the mix merely mention the keywords UFO, UAP or extraterrestrial in the context of unrelated topics, offering little to no insight about the CIA's overall knowledge about those keywords. For example, one document entitled Hypervelocity Test Techniques describes a French study of a force which could be used to deflect UFOs, defined in the document as undesired flying objects, not unidentified ones. Another document joined the pile because it features a newspaper column about a Bosnian fugitive, in which the author mocks the Pentagon's failure to find the man despite communicating regularly with extraterrestrial beings. One document entitled Hypervelocity Test Techniques describes a French study of a force which could be used to deflect UFOs, defined in the document document as undesired flying objects, not unidentified ones. Another document joined the pile because it features a newspaper column about a Bosnian fugitive, in which the author mocks the Pentagon's failure to find the man despite communicating regularly with extraterrestrial beings. It was like pulling teeth. Greenwald recounts the 20 years he's spent fighting for access to CIA records on UFOs. Black Vault's founder John Greenwald Jr. pictured has spent the past 2 decades suing the CIA to release the records and then scanning the pages one by one. Greenwald began investigating the U.S. government's research on UFOs when he was just 15 years old in 1996. Advertisement. He described his painstaking efforts to Motherboard on Monday, saying he filed countless Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) requests to unseal the records. Around 20 years ago, I had fought for years to get additional UFO records released from the CIA, Greenwald said. It was like pulling teeth. I went around and around with them to try and do so, finally achieving it. I received a large box, of a couple thousand pages, and I had to scan them in one page at a time. The dossier contains both the records that Greenwald requested and others that the CIA had already released publicly and compiled into a CD, which Black Vault purchased last year. In a blog post, Greenwald noted that while the CIA claims it has released all of its UAP documents, there is no way to verify whether some documents may have been withheld. In a Twitter thread on Tuesday, he explained how the records available on the CIA's website are incomplete, despite the agency giving the illusion that everything is there. He posted screen grabs of a CIA site search which produced 415 results for UFO-related FOIA requests, compared to the 713 files on the Black Vault. In a Twitter thread on Tuesday, Greenwald explained how the records available on the CIA's website are incomplete, despite the agency giving the illusion that everything is there. Greenwald also emphasized how the CIA releases its records in a format that is far from user-friendly. The CIA has made it incredibly difficult to use their records in a reasonable manner, Greenwald told Motherboard. They offer a format that is very outdated, multi-page .tiff, and offer text file outputs, largely unusable, that I think they intend to have people use as a search tool. In my opinion, this outdated format makes it very difficult for people to see the documents, and use them, for any research purpose. Researchers and curious minds alike prefer simplicity and accessibility when they look at data dumps such as these. Despite the inconvenience, Greenwald said thousands of people had already downloaded the archive on the first day it was posted on the Black Vault. He's offering the archive for free but set up a Patreon account for anyone who wants to donate money to support his past and future efforts to uncover CIA records. Advertisement. Plain and simple. The public has a right to know, Greenwald said. When I began researching nearly 25 years ago at the age of 15, I knew there was something to this topic. Not because of viral internet hoaxes. Not because of backdoor meetings wherein I can't tell you who, but I promise it was mind-blowing information. No, none of that. It was simply because of the evidence that I got straight from the CIA. And the NSA. And the Air Force. And the DIA. I feel I am achieving what I set out to do. Easy access to important material for people to make up their own minds on what is going on. Greenwald pictured began investigating the U.S. government's research on UFOs when he was just 15 years old in 1996. His Black Vault database is the result of countless different Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) requests. U.S. intelligence faces 6-month deadline to submit unclassified UFO report to Congress. UFO detectives like Greenwald may soon have even more intel to sift through, with the upcoming deadline for U.S. intelligence agencies to submit an unclassified report about unidentified aerial phenomena to Congressional Intelligence and Armed Services Committees. The Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense have just under 6 months to do so, after a stipulation in the committee comments section of the Intelligence Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021 was included in the huge bill. According to CNN, the Senate Intelligence Committee's directive said that the report should be unclassified, but it can contain a classified annex. Therefore, it is unlikely to reveal the discovery of extraterrestrial life reaching Earth. It does, however, state that the report must contain detailed analysis of UFO data and intelligence collected by the Office of Naval Intelligence, the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force and the FBI, detail of an interagency process for ensuring timely data collection and centralized analysis of all unidentified aerial phenomena. Reporting for the federal government must be included, and it should designate an official responsible responsible for that process. A spokesperson for the Office of the Director of National Intelligence confirmed the requirement for the report to the fact-checking website Snopes. Navy pilots believe they spotted a UFO just off the coast in Jacksonville in 2015. Pictured in April last year, the Pentagon released 3 short videos, one from 2004 and 2 from 2015, that showed unidentified aerial phenomena, which had earlier been confirmed to be real by the U.S. Navy. Advertisement. The videos, recorded by infrared cameras, showed what appeared to be unidentified flying objects quickly moving across the sky. In the background of 2 of the videos, service members can be heard reacting as they watch the objects, with one speculating it could be a drone. In August, the Pentagon announced that it was setting up a task force to investigate the objects, but it is still unclear what the objects are or where they came from. Both Pentagon officials and members of Congress have been concerned about the appearance of unidentified objects flying over U.S. military bases, with some suggesting the objects in the video could be drones collecting intelligence. In June last year, the Senate Intelligence Committee voted to have the Pentagon and intelligence community provide public analysis of such encounters. This is not the first time the Pentagon has investigated aerial encounters with UFOs, having previously studied recordings of such incidents as part of a classified program launched by former Senator Harry Reid, that has since been shut down. Advertisement. That program was launched in 2007 and closed in 2012, the Pentagon says, after it decided there were higher priority areas that required funding. If you like this video, please give us an thumbs up and please subscribe. It is safe, quick and easy. Please hit the bell icon so you will be notified of future videos.